Laszlo Ventura. Remaining rather short-sighted after being born, and poked and prodded and narrowly avoided a necessary secular circumspection, of temperament as a rotund bespectacled child, and being afflicted with a certain tautness of the eyelids, Laszlo dreamed of a lens-free life and, having spent his formative years in various doctrinal institutions, eventually acing in biology, heuristic reflexology, euphemistics, Proustiate theosophy, chromophotography and underwater archaeology, upon graduating, and now hypothetically being a busy and socially articulate young man on the verge of success in the realms of commerce, he remained preoccupied with the shadows of improbable objects. Despite suffering from pink eye, he began the process of discreetly courting several prospective plain and sedentary, but economically viable brides simultaneously, and in due course converting to several religions most devoutly, to the smiles of several subsequent parents-in-law. This was the beginning of his career in business and politics. And upon the first wave of marriages, sensible insurance policies and births, and sudden accidental deaths he set up home in Buenos Aires, Philadelphia, Cincinnati and Lyme Regis. Discreet palatial mansions, each policed by a small vanguard of slavering juiced-up Alsatians, and always attendant, carefully shaved ex-Olympic swimmers, in one-piece uniforms. Already he had made sizable donations to good causes, and appeared at several prestigious social functions in those respective cities and was quickly embraced into the various financial arenas and of social interaction, the cotton clubs, the golfing fraternity, and the Free Glassblowers Guild, FGBG. And in 7 years, as a busy out-of-town businessman, whilst on a water sports holiday alone utilized industrial IVF to father the last set of 26 happy families with around 237 well-adjusted, and well-nutritioned offspring, each carefully insured and demarcated for blood and organ donation if needed at surgeries in Budapest, Turin, Prague, and Beijing. But into every life a little rain must fall. An inexplicable barrage of tragic family accidents ensued, in different parts of the world, and, grief-stricken, he was finally moved to start a charitable fund himself to provide an ornamental water pump for the potentially dehydrated in Lyme and, to subsequently fund a personal RF ocular implant at the modest outlay of $2.743 billion to partially crystallize the vitreous humor into neuroadaptive nanoscopic tesseract shadow repetitions. After the operation, and weeks of private suffering in convalescence, he was said to have reported icy colors. The shock to his mind proved almost insurmountable, but via sign language and scribbled notes, he managed to instruct a small but dedicated team of Oriental ocular occultists in the design of a triprismatic orbital multi-frequency astronomical lens constructed from adaptive liquid crystal, which, after payload negotiations with the North Korean government, would separate from the satellite and return images directly to his cerebral implants in a triscopic representation, that might be accessed immediately, simply upon the manifesting in the mind of the single word, panopticon.